Hello everyone, this will be the short farm video for Hellpoint. This is the fresh Souls game. I wanted to show you just the very good farm that can get you 10 million Axion in an hour. We are at difficulty plus 11, and that's why the high amount of Axion. This is the third playthrough. We are in Alma Mater offices. This is before one of the endgame bosses. So you'll probably find this breach, and this is where I farm. I know that there is a farm about Architect, but I was unable to recreate it. He just died once and that was it. Also here when you exit there might be a monster. There's usually a monster, but it's broken and it's not dropping. If it drops, you just kill it first and then you continue with the farm. So starting from now, you just do this. You turn around, you keep running with your railgun equipped. You can check the action in a moment. Just keep running. You go right for the first enemy and you just spam grenades. Two will kill him. Go to the other one and the same. You can stop here and just teleport back to the base, and that's the 1 minute round, which gives you 172,000 souls. And here, if you want, you can kill more of the enemies. In this set they are doing very little damage because you have high resistance to what is called entropy. Yeah, so you can kill those as well, but it's probably not worth it. It's just 40 or 50,000. I think it's 40,000 here extra. You can also train your weapons, especially your melee weapons, on those guys. If you don't have them trained, you can train them here. Normally you just kill the two knights, you go back and you just repeat it for an hour. You have 10 million Axion. I will also show you my build and what weapons I was using in general, because I finished the game twice. This is my third playthrough. I increased difficulty from 4 to 11 and now I'm farming. So let's start with maybe the gear. I have a level 28 railgun and I'm using the light grenade. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say, but it's the second skill, right? The grenade. You can also use the first attack and just spam it through shield or when they are stopping to block, but you should be able to kill them in general with railgun. You just kill two enemies, so you can use half clip to kill one guy and it's rather easy. So a level 28 railgun, then I'm using now Deliberate Barden plus 26 as a high leech melee weapon. That's mostly because of the leech value is 35. You can also use Spadon. I'm gonna try to find it. Not sure if I can, but it's somewhere there. Yeah, just go for all the weapons, because I was also using two other weapons. Spadon and the glaive, the officer's glaive. But now I'm using this one. Yes, this is the linked Espadon. So this one has 25 leech. You can use it instead of Officer's Glaive. I was using Officer's Glaive for 2 playthroughs, but this might be better because it has higher leech and it's not as extremely slow as the Burden, the Deliberate Burden. This is probably slowest. So either this, you get it at the very beginning of the game. If you input a specific code, it can only be found on YouTube or Vextra Wiki. So if you need specific items, then you can find them either on YouTube or the Vextra Wiki. So Espadon is like the second weapon, and the first weapon I was using was this glaive thing. Not sure if I can find it. Yes, Officer's Glaive. So this is only 12 leech, but I kinda liked it. I used it for most of the game. If it has not enough leech for you, then use Espadon or one of the heavy weapons like Deliberate Barden or even Column. It has 30 leech, so it should be more. And then you just disengage and use gun, and you should be okay. So that's for weapons. Gear I use at this point EVA outfit, full set. because it gives me high resistances to most stuff, especially entropy and physical. Of course, you need to invest into load, but it's a nice heavy sort of Havel-like armor, and it just works for you in the end game. Of course, you have to just make sure that you can carry it and the weapon. So I pumped some point into load. And then we have mind module. This is cognition. This is for our gun. Yeah, this is kind of pointless. I don't want to have lower physical defense like ever, but this one will improve our gun. And we also use leech enhancer, so we get more energy when we use melee, so this loads our gun faster. So those two are kind of mandatory. And then we have normal healing method. I used healing injection. I didn't try regenerative nanobots, so I just always used healing injection. I have only 4 heals at this point, so that's not much. And that will be it, I guess, for the gear. Now as for stats, health should be 200 for first playthrough. Then if you go higher in level, you can up it to, let's say, 260 like I have now. But you generally need 200 HP to beat the game. Stamina around 10, even less. Energy should be higher because you want to use the gun as much as possible. So at this point I have 28 energy. Then 30 for load. It gives me full mobility in heaviest armor. So this is quite useful, at least with the railgun equipped, so I am not slowed down at all. Then strength and reflex, those are important for your main melee weapon. They will scale it up, so 38 strength, 28 reflex. Of course, you start with less. Then you pump into cognition. At this point I have 55 and 9 into foresight, just to use some specific armor sets if you want to. So at this point I'm level 217. I can make the 500,000 in like 3 runs, so I could level up in 3 runs in 3 minutes, and the upgrades cost also around 500,000, so I could also in like 2 or 3 minutes improve my weapons. So that's the farm, and I hope it's gonna be helpful. Of course you have to make it here, and you have to use effigies to get more action, but it's gonna work to some extent even on first game on 0 difficulty. It doesn't really matter, it's just gonna take longer. But this is the best spot that I know so far. So if that helps you, then well, enjoy it and use it to finish your build, because it's not just about beating the game once, it's also about getting all the endings and making the build you want and testing stuff. So if you like playing on higher levels and you don't know where to farm, then you should farm here. So that will be it for the video. I'm not sure if I will be recording anything from Hellpoint, so if you want any specific video, then tell me. I probably won't be doing a playthrough because I always get lost in this game a lot. But if you want something else, some other data, or maybe some boss fights, then just tell me and I might be able to do it eventually if I go to next playthrough, or if it's just about showing some weapons, I might be able to do it. I will probably just have to level them up and stuff like that. But as you can see, I'm over 200 levels, level 217 at this point, and 11 difficulty. So if I can help in any way, then just tell me in the comments. So that will be it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video.